Hello everyone, welcome to a new Grubburd video. Originally I had planned a nice video where I put together this Halloween candy tier list here, one by one, but that went up to 34 minutes of raw footage of just all screen recording. So I was trying to upload that to YouTube, and of course that's gonna take forever. So now I'm compressing this into this video here where I have it all completed. And yeah, this is all the Halloween candy stuff. I did a whole thing going over it, and if it ever does finish, I'll upload that after this. But this is me going over this tier list and defending these candies up here and saying why these are trash, as well as the salt and vinegar chips, they're also trash. That's pretty much all I gotta say. So let's get right into it here. Okay, so first off, let's make our way up the list. And if we can zoom in here, looks like we can. Okay, you can kind of see it here, but okay, I can scroll over like that. Okay, so first off, I have not had any of these, or I haven't had them in such a long time that I don't know what to say about them. Most of these I just haven't had at all. Yeah, even I know Payday, a lot of people have had that, or like Good and Plenty, or like Push Pop or whatever it is. But I just haven't had those in forever, or even had them at all. So let's move on to F tier. These are the worst of the worst candies. I mean, seriously. So first off, we got Almond Joy, okay, and Mounds. Both these are made by this. Nobody likes like almonds or coconut in their chocolate. Are you serious? That's just pretty bad. In general, and I've always hated them. They're always for me an F tier. Next up, Baby Bottle Pop. I haven't had these since I was a kid, and they're meant for like 10-year-olds, but the premise of them is like, why are you making you like a baby, like you have to suck on a baby bottle? I mean, that's the worst kind of thing I've ever heard. It's just another rip-off of like Fun Dip or like Push Pop or other stuff like that, where they're just, all the same pop, kind of like dipping into sugar. And this one's just the stupidest concept. Next, Circus Peanuts. They're like bad marshmallow peep rip-offs. Yeah, so that's all I gotta say. I'll try to go through these a little faster here so we can get through this video. But yeah, Heath bars, I don't like what's in them. It's like different nuts and then like caramel or nougat or whatever. It's just bad. Laffy Taffy is the worst type of taffy. It's like it's the inferior version of like Airheads and saltwater taffy, which are further up in this list. Milk Duds, same thing. They're just caramel covered in chocolate, which is like, who's just eating straight caramel? That's disgusting. Nesca wafers or Nemca wafers, whatever they're called. You get these at like Cracker Barrel, and that's it. You never eat these anywhere else. They're really old and disgusting. Raisins, do I have to say anything more? Like, why are you getting this for Halloween? Tootsie Rolls, the stuff you get with pizzas. I mean, that's the only time I'd even eat one, and even then, I mean, I don't even know if I'd want it. Like, if I got this my Halloween candy, I'd immediately throw it in the trash can. Twizzlers too. These are really like bland. They're just really chewy, stuck in your teeth. And I do like the Twizzlers where they have like the filling inside of them, but the regular Twizzlers are just bad. Alright, D tier. Baby Ruths. I don't like these at all. I just don't like the way they taste. Same with Butterfingers. I know people do like these, but I've just never liked how they tasted. I don't know, it's just a crunch, especially in Butterfinger. It all spills everywhere. It just does not taste good. Chocolate coins, I mean, the concept is okay, like they're coins, but the chocolate itself is just bad. It's like pretty bad chocolate. Dots, these are like, again, like bland gummies or whatever. All this stuff is pretty bland or just bad tasting. I've never found any interest in them. Mike and Ike's, kind of the same thing as Dots. They're just kind of like I don't like the taste of them at all, pretty much. Fun Dip, it's a little better than Baby Bottle Pop, but it's still not that good in general. Like, it's just dipping a candy stick into sugar, and half the time it spills everywhere because it's in a packet. Haribo Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears aren't that good in general. Usually get really chewy, but also sometimes are just not that good flavors. Jelly beans, okay, so certain types of jelly beans are okay, but when they're all together, they're kind of just some flavors you don't like. So if you are eating all of them, and it's like, it doesn't really taste that good. Lifesavers, only the mint Lifesavers in my opinion are the best. The rest of these are just trash. I mean, nobody's eating Lifesaver. Like, if you eat Lifesaver gummies or the regular Lifesavers, or even worse, They're just bad. Swedish Fish and these two, the Swedish Fish and York Peppermint Patty, people disagree on this one as well, on these, but in my opinion, Swedish Fish are bad. It's kind of the same problem with like gummy bears and dots, and Lifesaver gummies are just not that good. And then York Peppermint Patty, there's too much mint, not enough chocolate. There's just too much mint. It makes you feel like you just brush your teeth right after you eat them, and yeah, not that good. So on to like the mediocre ones here, which I wouldn't mind eating if I had like the chance. If they were like the only things left, I wouldn't mind eating them. And that's like 100 grand. It's kind of the same problem, Baby Ruth and Butterfinger, but I can tolerate the crunch or whatever. It just doesn't taste that good. Airheads to here, for me, I know people like these, but for me the cons outweigh the pros. Like they taste good, but then they leave kind of a bad aftertaste, and they're really hard to like chew sometimes, and they get stuck in your teeth, but just sometimes they're just really hard to eat. I think these are Tootsie Pops here. Tootsie Pops are the worst kind of lollipop in my opinion. The other lollipops are higher up because they're better. Bottle caps aren't that good. I mean, they're supposed to taste like soda. It's not even that good candy. Dove chocolate is just regular chocolate. I don't really consider that like candy unless you compare that to like Hershey chocolate. Double bubble, same with bubble gum. Like, who considers bubble gum like getting that for Halloween candy? It's just something you eat like every day. But the double bubble kind is not that good. General bubble gum, like the better ones like the Hubba Bubba are a lot better. So these are definitely mediocre. Next up, the SpongeBob SquarePants Krabby Patty gummy. I haven't had these in a little bit, but I remember that they're kind of bland when eating them. I know people hype them up, but they're okay. Hot tamales, their whole premise is that they're spicy. I mean, come on, that's not really that good. Mr. Good Bar, I think I would move that up to B if I may have to, because it's pretty good. I would eat this, maybe. Pop Rocks, the only premise is that they pop in your mouth. They don't taste that good. Pixie Sticks, it's just plain sugar. I mean, unless you love the sugar rush of like getting it, but it just does not like, when you eat all that sugar, it does not feel good after that. Ring Pops, I don't like any of the pops at all. They're just dumb concept. Like, I don't want to wear this on my hand. Sour Skittles, I have regular Skittles above because sour Skittles are the worst kind. Sweet Tarts are just really sweet, like they're advertised as, but they're just not that good. Toblerone, their only premise is that they're triangles, but it's just chocolate. And then Warheads, I mean, you can only eat like one and you have to stop because they're that sour. And then I think these are Werther's caramels. I don't remember if that's what they're called, but I mean, these are okay. But again, I just don't like the caramel and chocolate. Kind of like Milk Duds there, but a little better. Next up, B tier, getting up there. Three Musketeers, these are pretty good. So this is stuff I would eat out of like other spots. If they didn't have these top two tiers, I would be eating this stuff here. Blow Pops do have they're better than Tootsie Pops because they got bubble gum instead of Tootsie Rolls at the center. Caramel Apple Pops are good. I had those the other day. They don't get stuck at all, and they're just good. What are those Dum Pops? Those are good. Dum Pops, what are they called? They got a bunch of different flavors. They're always good, like strawberry lemonade. Gushers, I mean, these aren't even like really candy, but they're just kind of a snack, and they're good. I can always appreciate some Gushers. Gobstoppers, although they can be very, very crunchy and hurt your teeth, which is the point. Like, they're everlasting Gobstoppers. They do taste good. Yeah, they're good candy. Hershey's Cookies and Cream, they're the kind of the worst version of Hershey's bar, but they're still overall pretty good, just not as good as the original Hershey's. Jolly Ranchers are good as well. The original flavors, the watermelon, cherry, blue raspberry, sour apple, and grape, they're all pretty good. Crackle chocolate is like the kind of like the second best compared to Crunch in terms of like the rice chocolate. Nerds are kind of, I mean, they're good. They're better than like Pop Rocks or like the sugar stuff, just because like they taste that good. Starburst, they're like taffy, but pretty good. They're better than Laffy Taffy and Airheads. You can actually eat them. The flavors are good. Rolos, these are like the better version. So these are like all like better versions of each other. But Rolos are better like Milk Duds. They're better than Werther's Originals. Saltwater Taffy is better Laffy Taffy. Skittles are good. They're just, the flavors are good. I mean, the only bad thing is if you eat a bunch and they have a bad taste in your mouth. Other than that, they're pretty good. Sour Patch Kids are sour, but they're still good. I would eat them all the time. Same with Trolley Crawlers and Whoppers. Whoppers, I think I was debating whether to put them B and C or C. People have different opinions, but I like them. All right, onto the big, you know, the best tiers up here. Basically, the best of the best. Some of the A tier list picks could go onto S tier, but you know, if I'm getting candy, this is like the best stuff I'm getting. I'm not, you know, passing up these kinds. So first, Milky Way. It's better than Three Musketeers. It's got the wait, doesn't it have caramel? I think, yeah, it's got the caramel. It's like Three Musketeers but with caramel, so it's pretty good. It, you know, reinvents the formula there. Or anything Hershey's here, Hershey Kisses, Hershey Bar, those are good stuff. I could probably put those on the S if I had to. I love Hershey Kisses. Those are great chocolate. M&M's, peanut M&M's, same. People might want to put these up here. But I just like those too. I probably should have put those on S, to be honest, but I do like those a lot. Reese's Cups, I'm not a fan of all the peanut butter in there. That's why I have Reese's Pieces on S tier. But the Reese's Cup is still pretty good overall. I'd eat a few if I could. Smarties as well. They're like the better version of, you know, Bottle Caps, Sweet Tarts, all those other powdery candies. They're like the best version of those. That's why they're up there. And then S, oh my goodness, the candy corn is one of my favorite candies. I know people hate that a lot, like, but too bad. I don't really care. Best candy. Candy corn is up there. So then Crunch is the better version of Crackle. No, there's no argument there. Kit Kat is probably top candy besides candy corn because of how good the chocolate is and breaking it off. And Reese's Pieces are better than Reese's Cups. And then Snickers are good with the caramel and peanuts. You gotta love that. And then Twix is caramel and nougat there. Twix is pretty good. All these are good. I mean, I could eat any of these. Like if I could only have like a few candies for the end of time, I would probably eat just these 6 here. That's how good they are. I mean, for real. Okay, well, let me zoom out here and you can see, everybody can see the tier list one more time. This is my definitive ultimate Halloween tier list. Let me know if you guys agree with this here, and for sure, I always will hate salt and vinegar chips. Too bad there wasn't an option to add those on there. If you get those for Halloween, throw those out immediately. Especially hint of lime chips too. Throw all those out. And yeah, that's basically it for the tier list. Let me know if you disagree with me at all, and yeah, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you have not already, because we're going to try to get some more subscribers and build up this YouTube page. It'll be great. We'll have a lot more new videos. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. We'll see you guys next time.